Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been a hot minute since I have been able to do a video. Whew, December, y'all, December has been a month. I got sick again. I don't know what is happening, but I got sick again and yeah, craziness. And then we've had family Christmases and basketball games and concerts for the kids and oh my goodness. And then all of a sudden, it's the week before Christmas. And I'm thinking to myself, where did December go? Oh, all right. So I wanted to come on and share. So Meg Journals, and I will put her channel below. She is hosting Junk Journal January again this year. Last summer, I did her Junk Journal July, and I really had a lot of fun participating in that. And so I thought, well, let's go ahead and do one for January. And she does a prompt list. And this year she's doing, I think she did this last January too, but she's doing like a, oh, I can't think what it's called. She has a bunch of different creators that will be doing videos every day. So that's going to be really fun to find some new accounts to follow, and just having a new video every day is really fun, to something to kind of look forward to. So I'm not going to be doing a video every day. I tried that in July and it was way too much. But I think what I'm going to do is maybe like share a flip through at the end of the week or something like that. And then of course on my Instagram, I'll have pictures there too. So it is really windy here and I can hear something rattling in the background. It's really annoying. So if you can hear that, I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyway, so I wanted to create a journal for January to use for that challenge. And I kind of did some of the stuff ahead of time just to kind of cut down on this video and the editing and stuff like that, just to kind of keep it simple. And I'm hoping that this video will be a half hour or shorter. That's my goal. So, yeah, I did some of it, excuse me, ahead of time, and then we'll kind of assemble it and kind of go through it together. The base for the journal is just this Amazon package. Here, this is the smaller one. It actually measures 12 by 9, which is like the perfect size for like a full size 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper folded in half. So it's perfect. So that is the base for the journal. And then for the cover, I'm doing this, when I was at the thrift store this summer, sometimes they will give you reusable bags. And I'm not, like, this just really wasn't my jam. But I thought, well, that's really nice. A little canvas tote bag. And I, put it with my fabric, because I thought that the design was really pretty. Not something that I would carry is what I'm saying, I guess. But I wanted to hang on to it because I thought it was really pretty, fabric-wise. And when I was thinking about Junk Journal January, I wanted blue. For some reason, that just kind of spoke to me. And then I thought about it later, and my journal for July, for Junk Journal July, was also blue. It was an altered book. So I guess I'm just into blue. I don't know. Anywho, so what I did is I took the bag apart and cut out the main image here to fit the packaging. And then I kept all of the pieces here because I wasn't quite sure. Yeah, there's kind of all these little things from the handles and stuff. So I just kind of kept that. And then the rest of the bag itself, I just held on to. It'll go into the scrap bin. But I thought it might be kind of pretty to use this, maybe kind of tear it down and use it in the journal itself as like a ribbon, on a tag or whatever. So, or maybe like a ruffle down the side of a page would be pretty too, kind of just all bunched up. So anywho, and then this is what was this? I'm trying to think where this came off of. maybe the top of the bag, like around the top. It's a different kind of fabric. It's like a shiny, I don't even know what this would be, but I went ahead and took that off because I thought that would make a really good closure. But I want to add something to it because it's, like I said, when you just have it on there, it's blue on blue. So I'm going to add something to it. What I thought was maybe I have some, it's like a cotton, I don't really know. It's a really interesting fabric. And I have some in white, and then I have some in like an off-white. So I'm not quite sure what I want to use, but I think what I'm going to do is take a strip of that and then sew the two together so that they stay together, and then use that as the closure. So trying to kind of use up different pieces of things, and yeah, just that's the point of a junk journal, right? So, and then I have a stack of stuff here that I thought maybe I would want to use in the journal. Kind of as I was going through my scrap bin to pull out pieces of paper that I might want to use in the journal itself, and then also for the signatures, I just kind of tried to think, like I had some of these bags from different places that I have ordered things from, and I always keep these because they're really kind of fun to use as pockets. So yeah, I grabbed those. Those were not in my scrap bin. Those are in a little tote that I have that I keep all that stuff in for like pockets and whatever. But the scraps, like I said, I grabbed some of those, and what I wanted to do was kind of make my pages out of some of those. And I had one already done because I just kind of did it as a, I don't know, a little experiment, whatever. And so I grabbed that one. I'll just kind of flip through the signature here. It's just going to be one signature. I have 10 pages. That'll give me 40 pages, right? Okay, I have 10 pieces of paper. Will give me 40 pages to work on. Figuring that I probably won't work on every single one, but it at least gives me plenty for each day of the month. And then if I want to do like a 2-page spread, I can do that. So just one signature in this journal. I just have this book page here. This is from a gardening book that I've been harvesting from. And some of these are ones that I had pulled out to possibly use in another journal. And I also keep those in another tote separately. So they're already folded, and you know, I did the corners here. They're just kind of ready-made pages that if I'm doing a journal, I can grab them and use them. So I tried to pull from my scrap bin for the sheet, for the pages, and then also my ready-made kind of pages. So just got that one in there. This is one of those, I don't know what you want to call it, kind of a Franken page. Just took some scraps of paper. This is just packaging from Amazon, and then just glued it together onto this square, in frame here, this square piece of paper here, glued it down. This is actually what the whole page looks like itself. So, and then I had actually this piece of cardstock here, and you can just kind of see how I put it together. So glued it down. And then the inside of here is some packaging also from, I don't know, something I ordered. Probably, I've had it for a while. I think it might have come in an Amazon package. Actually, it was like a huge, you know, because sometimes they use massive boxes to ship like tiny items. So they put all this paper in there to protect it. This is a very thin paper. So what I did is I just glued it down to the back of the cardstock, had this little tiny book page that I glued down, and then this piece of scrap paper here as well. Just kind of made that little collage, and then glued down this darker brown packaging here on that page. So that's kind of what the whole page itself looks like. And then for this page, this is so I have these coloring books that I got from the Dollar Tree, I believe. And they have, so when you open it, it'll be like you'll have a picture here, and then you open it and like this side will be blank, and then there's another picture, and then this side is blank. So I think that's like if you wanted to just color on one side, you don't want to have to worry about it bleeding through or whatever. So what I did was I took 2 of the pages, cut them down, and then glued them back to back. So it would be 4 coloring pages. And then to attach them together, I just used more of that Amazon packaging that I made this out of, and just glued it down, kind of like a washi tape type of thing, I guess. I don't know. So put that in there. And then this is another just page from, I can't remember if it's the same, I think it is, the same book that the first page came from. So, and again, I had this one already torn down and ready to go, so I just grabbed it. This is just a piece of graph paper. It's got the graph on one side and then the line on the other. I thought about sewing it down, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. So I think I'm just gonna glue it down to make the pocket there. And then this is more of that Amazon packaging. Of course, just did some sewing on it, some messy sewing. Just got a book page here with a pretty flower on the other side, and then a piece of dictionary paper. And what I'm going to do with this is I've got this envelope here, or bag, whatever, and I'm going to attach that down, and then it'll have the pocket here at the top, but then also I'm going to make it a side pocket as well. So I need to add that in there. And also this paper is really thin, so I figured that would give it a little bit of bulk. And I haven't decided if I want to do anything on the back of that one yet. I think I'm going to leave it to work on throughout the month. So, and then this was another page that I had ready to go. It's just a piece of like the smaller composition notebook that I did some Tattered Angels with a stencil on. And then this one I had ready to go as well. This was actually the first one that I made of these kind of hybrid pages, just with some different scraps. So did some sewing, glued it down again, just like the other one, and then just did the sewing on the outside. So that'll be my inside page. I think that's 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yes, okay. It's kind of, I have a couple different things here. I've got the cover, right? I have to think about this as I put it together because, you know, do I want the sewing on the outside of the journal? I don't know. I haven't decided that yet. So then you kind of have to put it together in a certain order. What I have on the inside here, I guess I didn't talk about this yet, but this is a piece of, I don't know, it was like a, it was double this length, like a placemat maybe? I don't know, but it's really old and tears super easily. So what I did is I just cut it down and to fit the inside here, and then that'll just kind of line the journal on the inside. And at first I was kind of thinking if I wanted something down here at the bottom, but I hand washed this just because I wanted it to fray. I didn't want to put it in the washing machine because it would probably fall apart. It's very old. And I got this at the thrift store. So I hand washed it, just let it air dry. And then it has this really beautiful edge here at the bottom. So I think probably, get this put back on here. So the lace will stick out on the side, just a little bit at the top, and then have this really pretty frayed edge at the bottom. I thought about maybe attaching some lace or something, but I kind of like just that frayed, messy edge at the bottom. So I think that's how I'm gonna let that be. So now I want to figure out how I wanna put this all together, because I want, I want to glue this down. I don't want to sew it because it'll go over the lace, and I really don't want that. So this needs to go in last. And then the signatures will go in on top of it. So I'm gonna put that aside. All right, now the top of this is open. So what I need to do is just glue it shut. And I think I'm gonna get the Fabri-Tac glue because it's like my go-to and I love it. And I just want to do, actually no, you know what, pause. I don't want to use that. I want to use a glue stick because I was just thinking I'm gonna sew around it and I want it to dry quickly. Fabri-Tac dries pretty quickly, but not fast enough for me because I'm impatient. So I just want to glue this down. And then what I will do is I'm going to cut this edge off a little bit here. And just kind of square it up because I don't really like how it's kind of flappy here. The other, let's see here. How do I want to do this? So I think I want to sew around the outside of the envelope first, then put this on, and then I want to sew around this. Okay, so step one is going to be well, first thing I need to do, okay, get my cutter here, and I want to square this up on the edge. And kind of the hard thing with these is that I've noticed that they're not always square. So you kind of have to, because like you can kind of see how that's the edge there. Okay. That put aside. All right, so now we have our straighter edge at the top. And I'm not gonna really worry about, like, we've got a little bit of torn edge here. I kind of like that, so I'm gonna leave it. And I wanted to see how this changes because I cut some off the top there, which makes it a little bit shorter. I was just trying to see kind of where this falls because I like seeing the packaging on the underneath side of it. Okay, so I'm gonna go and sew around the packaging first, get that part done, and I'll be right back. Okay, got that done. Now, I want to go ahead and put this on, and I think what I'm gonna do is secure it with a little bit of glue so I can kind of get it where I want it to be. And then I won't have to worry about it moving while I'm sewing. But you want to make sure that the glue is dry before you sew, or it'll make your sewing machine needle sticky and nasty. So I am just avoiding the edges so that I don't have to worry about that, because I'm going to sew it around the outside of the fabric. So and again, I think the fun part of projects like this is that you really, for me, I tend to be a perfectionist, and junk journaling has really kind of allowed me to not do that anymore and just kind of be free with it a little bit more and just kind of enjoy the process of making something out of things that would normally just be discarded. So, all right, so there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and sew this part down and then I'll be back. Okay, there we go. And I love that it's kind of wrinkly and just not perfect, because like I was saying before, I tend to be a perfectionist, and junk journaling has really helped me to kind of let go of that a little bit. So I think it's super cute. All right, very happy. All right, let's go ahead and get this, make sure I have it the right way. Yep. So I want to get this glued down, and brush for that, because I just feel like anything else I don't really trust to hold it down. But if I do the Fabri-Tac and spread it around pretty well, I think we'll be good. So okay. Oh, that's cute down there. And then you can just see, yes, perfect. Okay. So now, and you can kind of see this through there, but I'm going to put a pocket here anyway. That's kind of what I was concerned about, but it's actually not too bad. So kind of want to make sure that I get everything kind of stretched to fit, because I want to make sure, you know, of course, that you can see the fringe at the bottom, which you can, and then we've got the top. So all right, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. Usually it's the other way around. Okay, so now what I decided to do, was kind of going back and forth with the signatures and being able to see the stitching out here. And what I decided to do is, I don't think that I want to try to fit this into my sewing machine, because I think it's going to be too wide to fit in there, and I really don't want to have to like squish everything up. So what I'm going to do is just sew them in using a pamphlet stitch into the cover, and then you'll have just a little string out here, but that'll be fine. And I'm not going to do that on camera, because it's whenever I try to do the binding on camera, it ends up a whole hot mess and stresses me out. So there's plenty of videos though, if you want to. I'll pop one of the gals that I really like to follow. She has some really great videos on how to do a pamphlet stitch, so I will put a link to that below so you can have that reference if you want. And then I'm going to get this sewn into the cover, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Now I got the signature sewn in. And yeah, as I was doing that, I got a phone call. Had to go run an errand real quick, and I'm back now. So, what I ended up using was this baker's twine. It's very thick compared to what I usually use. So the holes had to be just a little bit thicker, or not thicker, but bigger. And it kind of tore the inside paper here a little bit. I've got this little bit of funk going on now. I need to glue that down. And then I have, excuse me, I have this longer piece here that I just left. I was kind of thinking that it would be cute to do like some beads or something on here, but I haven't decided if I'm gonna do that or not. So at this point, I'm just gonna leave it long, just kind of hanging out in there. So there we go. Everything is all sewn in and ready to go. It actually was pretty simple. Dealing with one signature is so much easier than multiple signatures, so it was actually pretty easy. So everything is now sewn in. I do want to add just a couple things here. There we go. We'll flip through there. I want to add this bag that I had talked about before. And I want to make it a pocket. So grab my little massive ollie clip here to hold this down. So it'll be a pocket itself, right? The bag, but then also the side here as well to be able to use that as a pocket. The only thing I'm concerned about is that it is exactly the width of the paper. I think what I'm gonna do is actually cut it down and then just glue it back shut. I mean, I know that's not ideal, but I really want to use it. So that's just what we're gonna do. And then I also grabbed this piece of fabric here for my tie. And then I did some tea dyeing on it. And so now it's a very pretty kind of vintage color. And then I will sew these two together to use as my closure. But we'll do that later. All right, so let's get this put aside. Grab my cutter here. Okay, so there we go. Perfect. All right, so now I think I am gonna do a little bit of distressing and I was trying to think if I wanted to use if I want to do like a gusset so that it pops up and gives me plenty of room on the, you know, to put stuff in. And I think I do. Kind of an extra step, but it really helps with that. So, and what I use to make the gussets, I just keep all of my book pages in a drawer. And then when I need one, I can just grab. So whenever I do like an altered book or something, I will take the pages and keep them to either utilize for like this sort of thing or to use for like a signature. Okay, that time it was a child interrupting me. Okay, we're back. All right, I'm in the process of folding the gussets up here. And like I said, this is an extra step, but I think it's a good thing to do, so. Okay. I was trying to think if I wanted to round the corners on the top, but I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, got that put down. What was the other? I thought there was something else that I wanted to glue in. Oh no, it was just this. I had this in my, it wasn't really my junk, my scrap pile, but it was just a little pocket that I had made. And I thought I would put it in this, like a floating pocket, but I want to glue this part down here first. So then you've got this front pocket here and then also the side pocket. So I need to get some little binder clips. And then I'll just set that aside to dry. So yeah, I have the front pocket and then this whole side opens up. And then I thought I would just put it somewhere in the journal as a floating pocket. So it's pretty tall, so it's really gonna be, yeah, gonna have to find a special place for that. So, and then that kind of brings me to the front. Let me get this kind of cleaned up here a little bit. The front of the journal, so I wanted to put some, like Junk Journal July on, oh my goodness, on the front, but I wasn't really sure how to do that. I found this in my scrap bin. I have no idea. So I had bought a bag, like a plastic baggie of different trims and pieces and stuff like that from the thrift store, and this was in there, and I have no clue. But anyway, it's, to me, you know, something that would probably just get thrown away, but I thought that might be kind of cool to do, to stamp on, and like Junk Journal January 2023. That's kind of what I was thinking. Kind of cut it down a little bit and then just, so yeah, I don't know. I am not 100% sure on that one yet. I was thinking with this closure that I'm wanting to do, I don't, okay, let me get the closure put on and then I'll explain what's in my head here. I'm just kind of concerned, like, I don't know if it needs something else, like, I don't know, a doily or something to kind of offset it. I feel like it's a lot of horizontal lines, but I don't really want to cover up these little kind of snowflake type images on the front. So if I added this all the way around and then it's like a, would it fit? Oh, it would. Kind of give it like a, just, I don't know, a little bit something extra. Trying to use up those scrappy bits, you know. That might be kind of cute, actually. And then, now the other thing I do not know is how this is going to take the stamping. So I thought there was another little chunk of it. Not little, pretty good sized chunk, actually. So I think if I practice, but I kind of like how this is sewn together here. So I'm just kind of thinking that I want to keep it like that versus like a brand new piece like this. So let me grab my stamps. Okay. These are little alphabet stamps that I love. They're super cute. And let's just see how this works here. My concern is that we've got the like texture of this. Oh, that looks cute. It kind of looks like it's pressed on there like with the heat, like a heat tool. So I think I'm going to use this. I'm going to do 2023 Junk Journal January on there. So. All right, not perfect, not horrible. We're gonna go with it, so. And I think I am gonna go ahead and wrap it around the whole journal just because, yeah, just because. So I wanna get this edge frayed up here a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to use, and if I had thought about this ahead of time, I could have sewn it on, but I didn't, so we're not. I want it to dry flat, so I'm going to put it underneath of something, and then I'm going to go ahead and sew this, these two things together and get that put together. And then I will be right back. All right. I had that kind of sitting underneath something heavy while I went and sewed this on. And I think what I need to do is kind of go through on this tie and make the bottom edge kind of as frayed as the top one. But I don't know whether I can wrap it, because that would be cute. And then just kind of give it a little, let's do a tuck. And then make a little tie. But you could, you know, do the bow as well. So there we go. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. Very different from anything that I've ever made. So that's kind of fun. All right, that is my journal for Junk Journal January 2023, and I'm really excited to get started. Like I said, I'll have everything below for you. If you have any questions, something I didn't answer, or anything like that, just leave it in a comment below and I'll get you the answer. All right, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope you had fun. I know I had a lot of fun putting this together, so very excited to use it. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.